Hey, St. Patrick's and friends of St. Patrick's. Great to be with you this Monday morning. Wanted to share with you guys a little something about the sermon coming up. It's the second half of Romans chapter 5. We're in the series in the book of Romans, and I'm really enjoying this. Romans has a special place in my heart because it really describes in detail some of the fine particulars of how Christianity works. And this one in chapter 5 is explaining how God has allowed the gift of salvation, to be even increasingly better than the wrath that comes from a trespass or a sin. As an example, I was reading some of the Bible with my son this morning, and he read a story about where God was going to bring condemnation and wrath to the people of Israel, who were supposed to be worshiping him, and instead for generations had been worshiping idols and had turned their backs on him. And this one king discovers through his priest and secretary the book of the law, which hadn't been apparently pulled out of the temple treasury in years, decades even. And when he saw it, he was in anguish and turmoil. It says that he tore his robes. I had to explain to my son that meant that he wasn't just angry, but that he was sad and angry. And his sad and anger was from a humble place of, we should have been doing this all along, he must have been thinking. And so God says this really amazing thing to this king. He says, what you've read in this book and what you've gleaned or understood about me, God, is that I do bring wrath and punish the sinner. But because you responded in this way, I will not bring this wrath upon you or upon Israel during your lifetime. So God, we get a glimpse of God showing mercy, but still holding the line of being just, that eventually he will bring this wrath. So fast forward real quick now to the example of Christ. The cross is the most amazing combination and perfect answer to the conundrum, the age-old conundrum of, how can you be just and at the same time merciful? It often becomes this balancing act between being too harsh or not harsh enough. And God finds a way to do it perfectly in both ways. But what Romans 5 shows us is something even better. That not only can God be perfectly just and perfectly merciful at the cross, because he punished sin but also freed us all, but that the gift of Jesus is better or more powerful, maybe is a way to say that, than the effects of sin or trespassing. I'll just say this very briefly. As a saved sinner, it is heartening and encouraging to know that God's forgiveness and mercy and gift to me is stronger than any rebellion or wickedness or frustration or weakness I might have towards God. His love for me, his grace, is stronger than my ridiculousness. Isn't that a wonderful thing to think of? I wanted to share that with you. It was a great time I had with my son and a reminder of who God is to me and to you. I hope you know that by God, our Father, giving his Son to us, it's a much greater gift, much stronger thing than you and I could ever imagine. I hope you keep coming. If you've come so far to the Roman series, come to St. Patrick's on Sunday, or come this first Sunday, this upcoming Sunday. If you haven't come yet, we'll be on the second half of Romans chapter 5. I hope you're having a great week. Know that I'm praying for you all, and can't wait to see you. God bless you.